I'm a narcissist.
Put that in the title.
I actually prefer to use like a human.
No.
Jeez.
The producer said, give him the robot.
Yeah. The whole thing is because of you.
I watched a narcissistic video earlier, and it was like they're always going to be like, it's your fault.
No.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of That's How You Feel Show. As always, I am the other host, Levi. I also have joining me today, temporarily, we have Mr. Caleb Anthony, the host of That's How You Feel Show.
And I am clearing my browser history.
Before you get home to your wife? I took him out. Oh, I'm just kidding.
I don't have to do that. I just go into incognito mode. No.
Anyways, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, don't forget to check us out on Patreon. We do have 2 levels on there that you can subscribe to. One's a $5 tier and one is a $10 tier. You're going to get some weekly content from our episodes each week, some extra content that is only for our Patreon exclusive subscribers, as well as we also have games and other things, adventures, side quests that we do that we put out on TikTok. Let's go to this week's comments.
Our comments come from social media. So for those of you that do comment, thank you for commenting. With that TikTok ban, I was like, where are we going to get comments from?
Oh, I know. I showed you. I had like videos of scrolling through our comment section.
Oh my gosh.
Just to make sure that like on some of the videos from recently. So we can grab some comments.
Now that TikTok is back, thank you for commenting. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So
I know we talked about TikTok last week. Here's what I was bummed about. In less than a year, we're almost to a year of doing this podcast. In less than a year, we have gained a lot of subscribers. And it felt like we literally just lost all that hard work we put into. Because our goal is to make this into a thing. We're like, yes, we make money from it someday. But it's a long ways to get there. And I feel like we've made it halfway. Well, I mean, okay, let's say a fourth of the way, maybe. But I was bummed. I was like, now we got to find whatever platform's going to come next and start over.
It's tough out here in the streets. But, coming soon, I'm going to tease this now. I'm putting this out there in the streets. We're going to be on Twitch. Coming real soon.
We're going to be streaming. We're going to be playing some Fortnite. If you want to play with us on there, let's go. I'm not saying we're like, okay, Caleb is trash at Fortnite. Let's talk about it. I have had there's been a couple times where I've joined his party and you can watch the game that he's in. Do you know what a body of a person looks like in a game? I was watching and I was like, this man talks trash to us so much when we play Fortnite. And here he is going around the earth with a gun trying to get a kill.
Okay, first of all, when we played the other night and I was going up against this one dude and I knew you were watching me and I just could not hit him. I was so embarrassed.
I quit watching you.
I was just like, oh, this is so... Because normally I'm on my game. But
I have not seen that yet.
Okay, at least I'm not Zach. Zach, literally, when we play with Zach and the both of us die first, and it comes down to Zach, he's got about 5 more seconds before he just crumbles.
He does panic. I will say, we're not talking about Fortnite. Let's get to some comments.
He just walks. I feel like Zach puts his controller down and just walks away from the game.
Zach, how do you feel about Caleb calling you out on the podcast?
I don't care. He can't defend himself, so he's trash.
In the comments.
He's the
Comment
worst
below.
He's the worst player on our team. So Zach sucks. These comments. So this is about more dessert issues with my wife.
You want to defend himself?
This comment comes from somebody, Cash Michael. I said get a dessert. My wife said get a dessert, and I was like, I got mad.
That's the one thing. In the comments, people just figured they knew the whole story.
I honestly, I don't care.
No, and I don't either. Like, let them.
I realized I was like, I'm a great gift giver. I'm gonna let people just have this without like,
Well, I wouldn't justify that comment by saying you're a great gift giver, because the thing is I think they were taking it as, sorry, Caleb. I think they were taking it as your wife asked you to get dessert for home, which wasn't the case. It was for dinner, which yes, she could have given you a little bit more parameters, but yes, you could have made the decision.
They took it as, oh no, another helpless man that can't do anything without his wife. And I was like, whatever.
Have you met Caleb?
Anyway, so this comment comes from Cash Michael, someone.
Cash Caniac Meal.
Yep. If he's such a good husband, then wouldn't he know what type of dessert she prefers so he can just go get it. And I do know what my wife prefers. She likes pie.
I was gonna say
Costco
pie.
doesn't have like a lot. Well, okay, they have pies. They do not have the two pies that she enjoys, which is coconut cream pie and key lime pie or lemon meringue pie. Those are the pies that she likes. I know.
Come at my boy now, folks.
I know.
Catch us in the comment section, folks. You want to go? Huh.
Like if they have either one of those two pies,
receipts.
I wouldn't have even said anything. I'd have got
See, I got your
coconut cream
back.
pie. So yeah,
I got your back, Caleb.
I need parameters because if I get what I can't read. DJ Remy says I need parameters because if I get what I want and I get it and it's a problem, I'm crashing out. Even if you don't know what you want, you know what you don't want. Give me that information so I can make a good choice. Yeah, even that. But again, like I said last week, the dessert was not for us. And we were going to a party. And in my head, I was like, look, somebody's got to care about this because I don't. And I'll grab the first thing I see and just be like, oh, this is what I grabbed.
You know what, though? I may get canceled. Here's the thing, though. I think it's kind of funny that you say, we got in a fight over pie, or like getting a dessert. I didn't know which. How many times do you ask, hey, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. Can you give me some options? I'm good with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Like too often, like not, okay, I won't say too often, but often sometimes female spouses will, our wives will give men, hey, figure out dinner. And or we'll have the what do you want to eat for dinner? And again, somebody's got to care because there is literally a Burger King around the corner, and if it's up to me, that's where we're going. And
and you know your wife doesn't want Burger King.
She doesn't want Burger King, but she better not say you pick because I'm picking Burger King because it's literally right there. My wife, she doesn't eat at chain restaurants. She won't eat at fast food restaurants.
Really?
She does not like chains. She doesn't like chain spots. So when we do go out on the rare occasions, it is always to like a random.
I did not know that about Emily.
We like to support small businesses and niche places. So again, when she says, "Where do you want to eat?" I'm like, "Bro, just you stop it. Just you better pick because I'm picking Burger King. Yeah. It's right there." Like when we went to New York with Joel and Cass and them, and they were like, "Caleb, where do you want to eat?" And I was like, "Don't give me the option because I will point at the closest spot. I can eat anywhere, and I will. I don't care."
Well, and I am saying all this knowing that the whole thing that brought up all these comments, I still think you were in the wrong. Like, I get that.
I was.
But I will say, I can also vouch for the fact that, like, if you went to Costco and you picked up, I don't know, a pumpkin pie and an apple pie, and then you get to the party and like, hey, I brought dessert, and your wife doesn't eat, and you ask what's up, and she's like, oh, I was really wanting some like cake or something. Then
you got cussed out.
And now you know. And
you got cussed out.
And don't come in the comments like, oh, that would never happen. Don't lie. Don't play.
You got cussed out. I'd have crashed out.
Not today, Tanya. Not today.
Like, because I'll get a box of ice cream sandwiches and whatever. The SF treat. Just pick up any two desserts. It's not that hard. No, it's not. But somebody's got to care, and it ain't gonna be me. Another comment says, blowing up at her for not being specific isn't good husband behavior. Sure ain't. Do you not know what sweets your family likes? Sure do. I agree with you. You shouldn't blow up. You should never lose your temperature. Temperament. I think it's temper. You shouldn't lose your temper. That's right. Yep.
Temperament's the same thing too.
I agree with you. I'm a husband.
But before you come at us, did you lose your temper to your spouse or your friends? Anybody? Are you perfect? I thought so.
Let them have them have it. All right. Now this other comment comes from one with Joel. A question we asked with Joel: if you could fight a superhero without any powers, who would you want to fight? And I'm so happy I didn't get canceled yet for saying Charles Xavier. Because
I was worried, and when you said got him,
I said get up.
Oh, get up.
Now this comment took me out. From Nick says Matt Murdock.
I didn't even think about that.
That's hilarious.
But no, because have you watched
that's
Daredevil
hilarious.
on Netflix?
But without
he can
his powers,
hear sound.
No, without his powers, he is a blind.
Oh, without his powers, yeah.
He is a blind dude.
Oh yeah,
and
he's going
that's
down.
hilarious.
That's true.
That's funny.
The blind community is going to come for you.
Yeah, that's still funny. It's not nice, but it is funny.
Woo! You're going to have to cut that part out.
No, leave it in. No.
You're going to have to cut that one.
You whack for that, bro. Hey, don't. Just bleep what he said. That'll be even funnier. All right. Last comment comes from a question about how many Harry Potter characters could you guys name? Thank y'all for kind of going off on that clip. I like that. Appreciate
you notice,
y'all.
like, Harry Potter gets it popping.
Harry Potter.
And I know you want to do another Harry Potter episode.
Oh, we gonna do one. So this comment came from Kai Sky. I could name 50 of them, and 20 of them are probably Weasleys. Shout out to you. I could probably also hit about 20 Weasleys.
You know, after watching that video a million times, I could have probably named 30.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Another Weasley. Who said that line? Another Weasley.
Just like that.
I know.
Just like that. I'll give you a hint. It's from the first Harry Potter movie.
Oh, it's from the first? Oh.
It's from the first one.
What's his name?
What's his name?
With the cat.
With the cat. You want me to give you the line again?
What's the cat guy?
Another Weasley.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
So the cat's name is Mrs. Norris. That's
Yes.
the cat. And the owner of the cat is the caretaker, Argus Filch.
And that's who it was, right?
No.
Severus Snape.
No.
Either
heavens.
Dumbledore.
No.
No. Not McGonagall.
Okay, I'll give you a bigger hint. The character that
Draco Malfoy.
The character that said this is not a human.
Oh, was it Scabbers the rat?
Scabbers does not talk.
Was not a human? Oh.
Not a human.
Well, it was one of the ghosts then.
I will tell you who said that line. It was the Sorting Hat said that when it was put on Ron Weasley's head.
Well, there's a reel for you. Question of the day.
Oh my goodness.
Question of the day.
No.
Hey,
Anyway.
what's a reel or TikTok that makes you laugh every time you watch it?
Gosh, I wish I could show it to you right now, but we're using my phone to record. But one of them, oh gosh, this is so dumb. You got a phone real quick so I can play it for him? Your phone's recording too?
What, do you want me to pull it up on here?
Ooh. Nah. Okay. I'll just tell it. I'll tell it to you because you've asked me before where this line that I say all the time is from, and I'll play it for you after. We'll throw it in as a clip for them too. So it's where I've said this before to you. I said, "Oh, is that Dr. Pepper?"
Yes.
That's that Dr.
That's good. Hey, hold on. What's that? That Dr. Pepper? That's that Dr. Pepper.
It takes them out every time.
Every single time. It's a person sleeping and his mouth is open and they pour Dr. Pepper into his mouth and he goes, but it's a voiceover of it's Tony Baker doing a voiceover of the guy who is actually saying, like, you can, like, he's reading it. Oh, that's that Dr. Pepper. That's that Dr. Pepper.
You'll have to send it to me.
Oh, gets me every time. There's another one. Oh my God. There's another. Oh God.
It said, "What is one?"
Oh, I can't even. Oh, it's so funny. I can't do it. I can't even describe it. It's hilarious. But I gotta show it to you. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. You know what? This is too good. I'm gonna just find it. We're gonna have to just take time. You can go ahead and tell me one of yours. Can you show it to me?
No, but I can talk about it because it's
Talk about it.
been the same for many years. It was an old Vine.
What?
I still laugh at it to this day, and I still quote it. My wife probably knows which one I'm going to say. It's from Mighty. Is it Mighty Duck? Is that his name? With the sister and the mom, the one the one who's like, "Ooh, she's sealing." So
No, that makes you laugh
no,
still?
no.
Okay.
What makes me laugh, and it's stupid. It's not that funny now, but I still die laughing at him. But he's ran into the car. Mom.
That is
They're
not-
gonna get me. They're gonna get me. And his mom goes, who gonna get you? Trying to get her key in the car. Finally gets her key in the car. And he says, the bugs. She looked at him straight up. The bugs?
Mom, they following me, Mom. They following me.
Who following you?
The bugs.
The bug.
I die laughing every time, as you can tell.
Really?
Still to this day.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, that video is not funny. That makes you laugh. That is funny.
It makes me laugh every time.
That's okay. You know what? I'm not here for it, but hey, I love.
Did you find your video yet?
I did, and there's so many that I love. Ah! All right, I'm gonna play it for you right now, though. Okay. This is I got it.
Big Dad would be so proud.
So it's just like them making faces. For the ones that are listening only to our podcast, if you could see Caleb's face right now. The video has the text that says point of view, you're a counselor trying to keep it professional. And he's making faces. You'll see it on the video. So those are the videos that get you, huh?
Because he's trying to keep it together, and
Yeah.
this is just. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh.
You
Oh my goodness, I can't. It gets me every time. You know what? If I'm in a bad mood, I will watch that one, and my bad mood is a lot less when that one. Oh my god.
good to know. I will find that and I'll send it to you.
Oh
whenever
my
you're being...
goodness. That just it takes.
So what's the next question today? Because this is
me
yours.
Out. Jeez. Would you rather catch every green light or never have to wait in a line again?
Never have to wait in a line.
Really?
Bro, I'd be at Disneyland and Universal, not having to wait I would ride every ride in a day. What other lines are there? The DMV? Yeah, shoot. Be on time this time. Don't have to wait in line.
Okay. See, I also agree with you. Like, I'm fine. I run red lights anyway. So, but I agree with you on the lines, but not because of the amusement parks, grocery stores. That's where you win in life.
That's because you go to Costco a lot.
And regular grocery stores, like to walk up and just have a lane be open for you.
Is it not?
I would be. Cause I go to the grocery store 3 to 4 times a week.
No, that's true. I Walmart annoys the crap out, even with all the self checkout.
Okay, so do you use self checkout?
Yeah, and it pisses me off when people don't know what they're doing.
That's funny. It's true, but like, if I actually prefer to use like a human.
No.
Jeez. So I actually prefer to go through to use a human.
My producer said, "Give him the robot."
Yeah, because I want to prolong humans working at grocery stores and like having like not regular.
And that's why I'm glad there are people like you, because I want them to stay there too.
Like I purposely I only use self checkout if there's like people are just like taking up those lines with people and like the self checkout's empty. Then I'm like, all right. Also, if I get like 2 things, self-checkout all day. But again, if there's a person open, I will take the person every time. Because I want the store to know the humans matter, like people matter. So I prefer.
And I'm sure every time you walk up, they're like, that guy did it. He did it. And I know.
Hey, Christy, I'm keeping you employed there. You're welcome.
Thank you, Caleb.
Just doing my part to help.
Yeah, you know.
I'm trying to.
Hey, I get out here in the streets. It's rough. I get it.
I'm trying to.
Good for you. Good on you, because that ain't going to be me.
So this week, we're talking about a question that you asked me when we were playing Fortnite.
What I ask you?
Because the story of it is that you get frustrated with me when you talk.
All the damn time.
Because when you talk to me, I'm difficult to talk to because I have nothing to say. Ever. And you asked me the question, have you ever thought you might be a narcissist? And I said, I don't know. I said, that's
well, I was talking about there was some story you were talking about and your actions were narcissistic.
Oh, because someone was asking me, like, do I care about, you asked me, I think, do you care about anything? But then my friend Amber, shout out to you, Amber. My friend Amber also asked me the same thing. Do you care about anything? Because a lot of my friends actually have, y'all are not the first people to ask me, what do you actually care about? Because a lot of the time people ask me stuff and I go, I don't care.
To me, it ain't that deep. But I don't think y'all care about me. I don't think you care about like us. I'm just kidding. I know you do. But I mean, you being friends with you sometimes is like talking to a tree.
What does it mean to care about somebody though?
To be able to love them, to be able to protect, like to want to protect them. Not necessarily. I'm talking about marriage. What does it mean to care about someone? I mean, you care about their well.
Like I'm invested or vested in your life and your general well-being.
But no one would ever know that.
Because I don't ever tell you that I'm vested in your. That's a weird thing to say.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to be like, hey, Levi, I'm invested in your life.
Right. But okay, it's worth like trying to figure out or trying to like put words into what does it mean to care about your friends? Because again, like, and this is something like it may even stem back from my childhood or whatever. But like when David was on the podcast, I don't think we ever even like got into this. With me and my brothers, at least I don't. Maybe my brothers are all doing this. I'm not that friend or brother or relative that is calling to check up on their friends. There was a time a couple of years ago where I did it religiously every Saturday when I was driving. I would call and like just do like a check-in call.
And it didn't go over well, I know.
It did. A lot of my friends sent me to voicemail or just didn't answer.
I actually really enjoyed those calls though.
Yeah, but I think a lot of them started to realize he doesn't really want anything. He's just calling to say hello or calling to just check in.
Which I'm good with.
But
that's a friend.
Yeah.
There's not be like, okay, let's want to talk. I can't.
That is me calling to check in on someone or calling to check in is not a learned behavior that I am. That's not ingrained.
No, and I think because I don't want to get the listeners confused because I think we're kind of going off in different parameters because like what we're talking about now is not narcissism. Like that's not what what I'm talking about, and I don't remember the specific thing. But I was
we were just having,
and I don't think it was that. But I think it was like I had asked a question: do you think that could be viewed as narcissism or being narcissistic?
Right, because I have a kind of a carefree demeanor.
You do, and there are times where
carefree disposition.
I know that you don't think you're better than others. Sorry, I forgot you could still see my face.
You didn't see my face when you said that. But okay, here's the thing. You were asking me some things, and I was like very like carefree, lackadaisical about it. And you asked, "Is that a narcissistic quality that you have?" And then you also asked, "Is there anything that you are passionate about?" And I didn't have an answer to that because my gut reaction was nope. And this morning, I was really like kind of racking my brain, like, what does Caleb care about? And the only thing that I could think of at the moment was my family. Because in the moment, like my son is like he's got a butt rash right now because he's not feeling too happy. And so I do the things that I do care about are the things, I wouldn't say the things that affect me, but they're just things that are close to me. So I do care about everybody in my life. I care about everybody I've ever had an interaction with to a degree, but the people that have a closer proximity to them, like closer proximity to me, I care more, like just out of just, you're closer to me. I interact with you more. You're on my mind more. So I'm going to care about you more. The people that I see once every blue moon, I still care about, but I don't actually devote effort into thinking about them until like they just pop up in my head, or if they get brought up, I'm like, oh, that person exists. I still care about them, but I am not invested in their well-being.
You know who I think we need? So I think we need to have like this discussion, but with someone a little smarter sometime.
Probably. Now, my friend Amber said I might just be on the spectrum, which I don't disagree with.
I honestly hate this whole spectrum thing.
Why?
Because
I think it's worth it.
It is.
I like it because what if
I'm talking about the idea of the spectrum from everyone, because I think people take this spectrum and they're kind of normalizing it, which I know that a lot of people have these things and everything, but not everything is a spectrum. And I feel like if we continue down this path, and this may just be me, there is people who actually have disabilities who need like certain things to help them in life. And I don't want anyone to ever be diminished or lose like things that they would get, or not treatment, but like, you know, the help, because so many people have been like, well, I'm on the spectrum too. I just feel like it's getting a little,
are you kind of saying like, if everybody's on the spectrum, then nobody's on the spectrum? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
A little bit, but it's like
because
normalizing it. There's levels of it. I get it.
Or there's a degree, like, and because there are people who are on the spectrum that like functioning autism, people that like.
But how many times do you hear people say, well, everyone's got a little autism. Everyone's on the spectrum. You know how many times I've heard that?
Yeah, but I think that with how you said that there are levels to it and all that, there are people that need assistance, or people that need modalities that understand that they can't function without sometimes medication or things like that. Like, but I know about me that there are ways that I react to certain things, and that there are things that go on in my day-to-day life where I recognize I am not having a normal reaction to this. Like, I understand, like, sometimes that there are things that happen to me and the way that I react, and I catch myself in the middle of it going, a normal person would not react like this.
So then why in that moment are we not looking at a society, and this is part of therapy, and I am pot calling kettle black. Why are we not in that moment saying, okay, I know it's not normal to respond like this. What caused me to respond that way? And kind of get to the root issue of like what's triggering that. Because why do we have to put a diagnosis? Like, yes, and I don't want to see a doctor, see a psychiatrist, go see people, get the treatment you need. I do. Get the meds you need. I do. Medicine helps wonders. But why are we not trying to figure out? Because I do believe there is a lot of childhood trauma that is unresolved in this world that no one ever wants to talk about, because things are instilled in you as a kid that you may look over, you may have forgotten about, until you start talking about it and going through it and actually being like, man, that kind of stems from when, you know, my parents separated, or whenever, you know, my dad yelled at, you know, my dad used to always yell, not my dad. But do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, sometimes, like, let's get to the root of the problem instead of just skipping over it and just giving it a title and being like, oh, I solved it. No, you didn't. You didn't solve it by saying, oh, well, I'm a little on the spectrum.
You're right. Right. So there's a quick story. I remember that one day in church, it was right after Christmas, I come back to church and I was having a conversation with Corey. Corey asked me, how was your Christmas? And I gave him one word. I said, it was good. And he looked at me like, and in that moment of him looking at me and like nodding, like the encouraging tell me more nod, I realized, I was like, he's looking for more from me. And I had nothing to give him, because I was just like, it was good. Truthful answer. In my head, it was complete, because I gave him, I answered your question, but I started to catch myself in thinking, oh, he wants more from me.
Do you ever?
But then I didn't give him that, because I'm sorry, Corey, I didn't care. But I also was like, let me just give him something that he might want. And I got to say, how was your Christmas? And then he went into like, he said good. And then he told a story about what happened. And I'm like, as he's telling me the story, I actually stopped paying attention to him and realized, oh, see, this is what he wanted from me. And like,
but I think a lot of people want that. It's called a conversation.
I know.
Because you've done the same thing with me where you're like, I don't know what they want. Oh, that's what they want. A conversation.
Right. And
I will say, I think that comment that you just made is a little narcissistic.
What do you mean?
When you said, no offense, Corey, but you said, I didn't care. That's what I'm talking about. So it's when like,
okay, maybe
you essentially, and maybe it's because it's the way you're saying it, because you said like, because I didn't care really what he wanted. I really only cared by giving me the response that satisfied me.
It's not that I didn't care. It was, I understood what he wanted, but I couldn't give him what he wanted. Not that I didn't care. There just wasn't anything for me to like, I couldn't care to give him that. Cause like, I was like, honestly, it was like a little bit of anxiety that popped up. Like, where do I even begin to tell him how and why my Christmas was good? And so maybe that is still like the narcissism in me, but I don't know.
No, I'm saying,
because I think
I'm not calling
touch of the tism there, but
no, and I wasn't calling you a narcissist when I said this. I think there are traits that we can look at, and I think like that comment can be seen that way.
Yeah,
I will say,
because I don't want Julia editing
I've asked you
like an again.
Yeah, I know she does that.
She be doing that. She does it on purpose.
I will say, but I asked you one time, we were playing Fortnite recently, just so you guys know, the reason why we talk about like our friendships or like how we interact, this is kind of therapy for us, because what happens, so when I asked Caleb that question, this is how Caleb brain processes. He didn't say much in the moment, and then he stews on it, maybe text a few other people about it, and say, hey, what's your thoughts? Not telling them the story, but like give them details where they can give you thoughts. So that's what I mean. But I asked you one day, I said, do you ever look for depth or something like that?
Mm-hmm. You sure did.
And this is a good example about the Corey conversation, because in most conversations, you don't really, do you ever want to know anything about people?
Yes. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yes, because sometimes I will. Yes, and sometimes. Yes, but like, this is gonna sound so messed up. Only if it's convenient for me, or not convenient, but only if I gotta be curious in the moment, like to know something. But it's gotta be something that like I'm thinking about in that moment.
So it's
like,
all about you.
Like, no, but yes, but no. I'm gonna say no,
and I'm not laughing at you,
because again, like I think that for me, most of the time, I'm just that friend that always assumes everybody's good. If something of note happens, I'll get told to it, and I think it stems from childhood.
But
You're okay.
Real quick, just so I don't forget this part, just because I don't forget. If you're always living your life thinking everybody is good, you're going to completely miss the opportunity to be there for someone when they're not good. Because
damn right.
You're not even going to, you're just going to give them those short answers and say, you know what, I'm good, and walk on, and miss the cue that says, oh no, they need me.
Let me ask you a question. I hate myself for saying that. Let me ask you a question.
I actually thought it was dope. I was like, I'm ready.
Now, when you were growing up in your family, because like, how long you been married now? 10 years? 5 years?
It's felt like 15, but it's only been, we're almost on our 6th.
How about you being... Yeah, be nice to your spouse. Why you gotta have that energy?
Be kind to your spouse. No, I absolutely love my wife. I would pick out a dessert for her, mainly because I already know she's not gonna make a decision.
I'm about to cuss you out. All right, so here's my question. Being married for 6 years, and then also let's go before married, because you lived with your parents and whatnot. When you got home from school, when you got home from work, and with your spouse and whatnot, did people check in with you? Mm-hmm. Okay, meaning when you came home from school, there was somebody there to ask you, how was your day?
Like right when I walked in the door?
Maybe not, but at dinner time, there was usually like a daily check-in that happened once in the day. Or it was at least regular for you to be checked in with and check on people?
Married, yes. I'm trying to think back to childhood, and I want to say yes.
How was school? What'd you do at school today? What'd you learn? Like, obviously, like, you go through a phase where you don't tell anybody because, like, you have that phase. But there were people in your life from an early age that checked in on you.
I mean, yes, I have.
Okay.
Like, there are people in my life that checked me, but I'm also trying to think time of my, like, I'm trying to think of conversations at the dinner table as a kid, but there was also, like, different houses and things and different people. So
even
I'm
then,
not trying to make it difficult.
No. But even then, you had that. I did not have that at all. So,
but I also wouldn't say mine was daily.
Okay, even so.
So your parents never asked, like, how was school or how are you doing, or?
Dude, so I was a latchkey kid, meaning when I got home from school, wasn't nobody there.
But I mean, yeah, and that's why I paused, because a lot of times, like, when I got home, I was the only one home.
Right. I came home. It was me and my brother. I'm not about to ask my younger brother Joshua how his day was at school. I'm not doing that. But then we would be home alone until maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock. Parents came home. Did you do your homework? Brush teeth, go to bed, blah, 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 blah. There was not a lot. I don't remember the check-in conversations as a child. From kindergarten to high school, I don't remember those.
But I mean, you kind of just said one.
What are you talking about?
Did you do your homework? Now hold on. That's what you're remembering.
That's not how are you. That's not the check-in.
But here's my thing.
Are your responsibilities.
One thing I've realized,
that's are you good?
Correct.
So okay, but let me finish this thought though.
Are you forgetting the how are yous?
Probably, maybe. I don't remember them happening. So let me fast forward to high school, where I'm living with my dad in LA, and I see this man maybe a couple times a week because we're both coming and going in the house at different times of the day and night, whatever. So there's no checking in because by then he's not aware of like college or grades. And then I go to college for a little bit and then I rarely see this man. So there's no checking in. Like I see him in passing. And then I move back here and I live with my mom and I'm an adult. So there's no, how is your day? Like we're not checking in now. And then I get married. One of the big fights with my ex was she would come home from work and want to talk to me. She would come home and announce her I'm home, and I would always be like, "Who are you talking to? Why are you telling me you're home? I can see that you're home." Like, and so I was always like annoyed when she came home. Like, what are you telling me for? Duh, you're home. I can see that. But she was used to, hey, how was your day? I'm home. It's so good to see you. That check-in. Okay. That's not learned behavior.
And I wouldn't say that that's what I had.
That's not learned behavior for me. And even now, to this day, I'm 37 years old. That check-in is not learned behavior. I still struggle with that. So that translates into the relationships I have with my friends. When I call you or when I talk to you, and you want to check in, how was work today? What are you doing? What's going on?
So here's the thing.
That was long.
I didn't have that. What I mean by I didn't have that is most of the time getting home from school, it was by myself. Mm-hmm. My brothers, we were getting off the school bus because Mom and Ron, they were working. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, there weren't like, I'd make my own snacks, like, and then I'm sure at some point my mom would check on homework. Mm-hmm. But like you're sitting here to say, and you're like, I don't like physically remember that. I know they happened, but I can't tell you to what depth the how are yous happened because I know there was conversation.
Right.
But I don't know like if it was just, did you do your homework or?
I say all that to say that the check-in, like how you check in with somebody, that's not uncommon for you. It is wildly foreign to me. And it's almost so foreign to me to it's a point of like maybe even annoyance and fear. I don't recognize it.
But are you?
I understand as a 37-year-old male that it is something that is a societal norm, and so I'm doing my best to like be okay with it. But it sets me on edge because it's so uncommon to me.
When you go to work and you have to impress people,
oh my gosh.
How are you in those situations?
What do you mean?
You're in a room full of your bosses. You're in the room full of your colleagues. You're going for like you one day want to be promoted. What are your interactions looking like at this workplace?
Oh my goodness. First of all, like in like group settings, like company like hangouts and like happy hours.
Or like say it's a team building event, you have to talk to your coworkers and like mingle.
Oh man, those are so stressful. Like,
But I'm not talking about like how you're feeling because we have all anxiety. I'm asking, what are your conversations like?
I understand what has to take place, and so I prepare myself mentally to have a conversation where I'm going to ask people questions that I normally would not ask them. How are you? Because
you know it's a societal norm.
Right. Because like I have a coworker. He's got, I think, if I remember correctly, 2 daughters. They're young. And so I'm like it's like canned questions. Hey man, how are the kids?
Correct.
So, and then like he'll tell me how his kids are. Like from the holidays, like I know that my direct boss he lives on a compound with his relatives and in-laws. And so I ask him, hey, did you guys go to so-and-so's house this time or did they all come to you? Like because I listen to people when they talk to me, I'm able to pull these conversations out and regurgitate questions that let them know I am listening.
I think we're talking about in a workplace sense as far as listening to when people talk to you, right?
Yeah.
Because not outside of work.
But like, let's say with friends though.
Well, and hold on because what I'm going to, so what would you do if you were at one of these things, you mingled, this person has 2 daughters. Hey man, how was your Christmas? It was good. Nothing. How did you feel?
If I ask the question,
I guarantee it. Don't answer because this is what you'd be sweating inside. Be like, what do I say now? What do I do now? Like you were expecting more.
Like if I asked the question and they said, "Oh, good,"
but what also if that was their response every time?
Oh, actually, it would kind of make me laugh a little bit because I'm like, "Oh, introvert, like doesn't want to give too much," and it'd be kind of funny because then I'd be like, "Oh, then." And this is what truthfully happens when I get somebody like that gives the short answer because I'm an ex-Uber driver. A way to get someone talking is to give them a question that prompts them to have to talk about themselves in an open-ended, like ask an open-ended question, like tell me about something that you enjoyed over the break.
So here's what I'm going to go back to.
I understand how to like navigate those kind of people.
Right.
Where I can get them to talk about something and then I can kind of like ask follow-up questions about that.
So I want to go back because earlier you said that you don't really you didn't grow up with those societal norms and understanding those and you're 37. By the last few minutes of this conversation, I would disagree with that statement because you are 37 and you do know the societal norms because you do know how to have a conversation and what to do in different types of situations. So that was your excuse. What's your excuse now?
I'm with people, man. No, because like,
and I'm not.
The whole thing is because of you, and some other people.
This is literally. I watched a narcissistic video earlier, and it was like they're always going to be like, "It's your fault."
No, but it is. I'm gonna hit you. No, okay, but serious. Okay, let's focus. Shut up. Let's focus on just you and I's relationship for just a second. Actually, we're going to come back to you and I. Let's just talk about... You and I. This is why I hate you. So, according to Google, I did like a 2-minute Google search on you might be a narcissist.
and he's an expert.
Yeah. So some signs that you might be a narcissist is a lack of empathy. I have that. Oh boy, I know that I don't have a lot of empathy, so and I am sorry.
So I started therapy. One thing she told me that like stuck with me. I over empathize.
You do. Now that was the only trait that I agreed with. That I was like, yeah, I don't have a lot of empathy. Because envy of others, I ain't envious of nobody. Exploitative. Does that mean like you try to take advantage of people? Like you exploit them? I don't do that. Do I do that? I don't think I do that. I don't need nobody. I don't think I do that. So
you do that in the green room with your wife.
all right, whatever.
You know what I mean? Like you'll not in the extreme way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
You
do
do
it
that
all.
in like the plunger story, like, man, my wife.
Okay.
You know,
Grandiose and entitled. Nope. Don't care about that. Bounty violations. Nope.
entitled.
You think I'm entitled?
Not in.
I don't think I'm entitled at all.
No,
I'm super humble. No. That's funny.
I would not say that.
No, but like, I don't think I'm entitled to anything. Like, lacks guilt. I feel very guilty all the time. Takes advantage of others. No. Constant need for admiration. I think any form of attention makes me very uncomfortable. Difficulty handling criticism.
Yes,
I think kind of, but if it's difficult if it's like bringing attention to me because I don't like attention, and if it's a criticism plus the attention, then it's like, ooh. But I take criticism very seriously though. Arrogant or haughty. I don't know what haughty means. I don't think I'm arrogant. Need for control. I don't give a superiority complex because I back in the parking spaces. That's about it. You
do think you're better than people sometimes.
No, that hurts my feelings that you think I think that.
I don't think you. Okay, your actions say that.
No.
Yes. Sometimes it does. Not, and I don't think you think you're better than me. Well, I think
I joke about being better than people, but I do not think
the way you joke, Caleb, I know it's a joke.
Okay, that's all that matters. The people that are close to me, that's all that matters.
The green room does not.
They out here thinking I think I'm better than them.
No one has said anything.
That's funny.
But I'm just giving an example. Like like those situations, like some people may not know you're joking. Like,
perception is poison.
But here's my thing. I think this is all great information. I started to be
easily provoked.
Hold on. For me to sit here and look at you and be like, oh yeah, you exploit, which I'm not. Like, oh yeah, that's you. That's not fair for me to sit here and be like that. I will
say, as a close friend, yeah, it is.
It is, but I think we need to put a nail in this because I have a game that we can play.
You mean a pin?
Pen, nail, whatever. You can nail to the wall. I think we should get Katrina, who's an actual expert in like stuff like this, and have her come on and we discuss it. And she has known you even longer than I have.
Oh no. And I don't want her then.
So I think
no, I don't want Trina. No.
I've already made the call.
Trina can't come.
So real quick, we're gonna do a game.
Oh Jesus!
And I can already tell you, Caleb does not want to do this game. What game do you ever want? Actually, no, you like games.
I love games.
I make the face, you make the sound.
No, any other game.
Yes, we're doing that. So, if you guys have not seen on Tiki Taki,
I'm gonna ruin this for you,
Caleb.
I'm a narcissist.
Put that in the title. I'm a narcissist with the evil laugh.
Hey, you know what my favorite emoji is though? Like real quick, it's the smiling devil. That is my favorite emoji right now. Like
you going for some acorns with that squirrel brain?
Anyway, is that another one of Levi's saying?
So if you haven't seen, basically, I'm gonna make a funny face or a face, and then Caleb has to make the sound of that. You'll get the gist of the game. So we're gonna do basically kind of 8 rounds. I make 4 faces. Like we're gonna go back and forth. Maybe not. Some may go on Patreon, some may not. We're gonna have you start with making a funny face, and then I'll make the sound.
How about you?
I already called it. So Caleb's gonna make a funny face. I gotta make the sound.
Okay, you want me to do what now?
So here, I'll do the funny. And then you ready?
And I would make a sound to that.
So
face.
are you ready?
So
ready? 1, 2, 3, go. See?
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and end.
We ain't even got to our weekly segment.
I'm gonna go ahead and go.
All right, make your face.
What
boy.
time is it?
If you don't shut up, make a face.
I gotta go to bed. No, I don't want to do it.
Ooh, I'm a.
Yep, show L. You can tell everybody I did it. Okay, make a funny face. Make a funny face. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yeah, but I shouldn't do it.
You ready?
Yeah. Hee-haw!
Go for it. Okay.
All right, come on.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me. I got because you're not ready. You ain't gonna be ready for this one.
Well, no, like you got to do it, and then I got to do it.
I know. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. Wait. Hold on.
Ready?
Hold on. No. No, I'm not ready. I'm still not ready. I can't look at you. I need you to do it one more time before I get the sound ready.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
No, I'm not ready.
My back hurts.
I could not think.
Ready? 1.
No. The sound that I want to make, I don't know how to make.
Well, let's just go for something. 1, 2, 3, go.
I was trying to think what would a really, really, really good sound like. I was trying to think what a really, really good would sound like, and I was just like, I can't.
I'm gonna have a 6-pack tomorrow. I'm gonna work out.
Okay, let me. Okay, here we go. I got one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Mm-mm. You not ready?
What was it? One more time.
I feel like you're making me do this just for the element now.
No, but that's fine. All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Julie's gonna have a lot of chopping on that one. Let's go to our weekly segment.
That's crazy.
So I was playing Fortnite the other night, and you know how when you're in playing squads with people. Oh no, I was actually playing that ranked ballistic mode, right? Well, I was put into a party with some people. I thought I muted my mic. I didn't. And all of a sudden, like we get through one round, and then all I hear is this little kid, probably 8 years old. Damn, you need some oxygen over there? I never muted something so quick. But I imagine I was probably, because you ever like breathe in, you're like, man, I probably like.
No.
It's just a fat people problem. What's your weekly segment?
No, but like I can hear sometimes you and Zach breathing. Because y'all just be talking sometimes like y'all got some great mics or something because I can just hear breathing. I'm just like, oh well, they're breathing. Typically, it's like it's right when you come back from like somewhere you're like, sorry guys, I just went like upstairs. I'm just like, dude, where did you go? Did you go?
I had
run
a day
mile?
with cardio, and she whooped.
And you just be out of breath for a second. But sometimes I hear you, sometimes I don't. So I don't really think much of it. I'm never one to.
Well, that 8-year-old kid sure called me out.
That's funny. Have you ever been? The question is, have you ever been bullied into changing something about your fashion? Where like someone made a comment to you and you were like, oh, I'm never doing that again. Or like you just like someone said you don't look good in XYZ and so like you stopped doing that.
Yeah.
there's a reason why I wear crew socks.
Did someone say something about your ashy ankles?
Had nothing to do with my ankles being ashy.
But now he's worried.
No, it's not. So like 10 years ago, before 10 years ago, I used to wear ankle socks religiously. Like those were all I wanted to wear. It started like when I was in like 8th, 7th, 6th grade where ankle socks became a thing. And like my parents never bought me ankle socks. They always bought me like the ones that had like that much ankle.
You know who we gonna get on this show?
Who?
Yo parents.
Dude, we need to because I need to just let them know.
I want them to like.
Oh, that'd be funny to have both my mom and dad at the same time.
We
That'd be
sit back with
hilarious.
some popcorn.
That'd be hilarious. So anyway, ankle socks. I wore them for years. And my ankles are probably my best feature physically. Like, I think I have great ankles.
And that's what he put on his Tinder profile, folks.
I could. I should. I don't mind. Anyway,
Emily saw him and she said, "Those ankles,
bro, my ankles are dope.
Yeah, the way
I
they
love
just
them.
stick out and protrude. Yeah. Oh,
I got great ankles. I'm not.
he's out here in the street with them ankles. Yes.
Hey, like low-key though, if I wear ankle socks, like
Better watch out.
There is a pep in my step when I wear ankle socks.
I know you just
anyway. So ankle socks. And then I went to go work at this summer camp, and there was this dude named Brian who wore crew socks. Not your brother-in-law. Anyway, this dude named Brian that wore crew socks, and one day he happened to see me in my ankle socks, and I'm strutting my stuff. I got Chuck Taylors on, ankles is popping, never ashy. And he was like, "Only women wear ankle socks, Caleb." That was all it took. I went to the store the next day and bought all crew socks.
Really?
Because I also thought Brian looked very cool in his Nike crew socks. And I was like, you know what? Those are cool.
Yeah.
And then I started wearing crew socks from then on. And I only wear ankle socks now to the gym, maybe. And even then, I miss my ankle socks. Actually, that's a lie. I wear ankle socks to work now.
I know. When that time you held up your holy socks, they were ankle socks.
No, that was a crew sock. I promise you. It might have been a crew sock. I think it was a crew sock. I am 99% sure it was a crew sock. But I got bullied into wearing crew socks, and yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like that's happened. I can't think of something specifically. What popped in my mind? Two things, but I can't remember one of them now. So, one time, my mom was loading. I loaded the dishwasher. And how do you put your silverware in the dishwasher?
Haphazardly.
So do you put them facing like with the fork facing up or facing down?
It depends. Typically, if I'm in a mood, all the prongs will be up, the spoons will be up. But sometimes it's just whatever.
And I know
most times I don't care. I'm just like,
and I know that's generally the rule, but I do not do it that way. I do
what
it
are you
the
talking
opposite.
about?
I do not load it that way. I always make sure the prongs are down.
No, you got to leave it up so that way the water can hit
I don't
it all.
care. I really don't care.
You're doing it wrong.
No.
You're loading your dishwasher wrong.
I'm trying to explain why I do it that way. Because this one time when I was a kid, my mom went to to empty the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
She reached down and one of the prongs on one of the forks went in her nail, like jabbed on her. Right, that's my reaction. And I've never loaded a fork up again.
You've never loaded a fork up again?
Like with the prongs up.
Okay.
But actually my segment this week actually is when you're texting someone, right?
Hold on. Before you continue, is this about me?
Yes.
Okay.
When you're texting someone and they don't respond to you, but 2 seconds later respond to a group that you both are in, you know who be doing that?
I love this podcast.
But then you always say how responsive you are.
I am.
Most of the time you are. But the other day, like we were trying to figure out if you were playing Fortnite because we were all going to jump on. We had said that. Me and Zach were texting like, coming, dead silence. But my THYF and the Wombats and what was it? There was something else that was going off and Caleb responded. And I'm like,
oh yeah, because y'all were talking in the Fortnite group chat about are we hopping on, and then I responded to the THYF one, something else. That's because I was taking my job seriously. Okay, and Fortnite can
and
wait.
we'll see you guys later.
Fortnite
We know
can
that ain't
wait.
true.
Hey, we'll see you folks next week. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.